Well, hello everyone, Gravion here, back with a new Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak video. The expansion's finally out, and it's time to go check out some progression hunting horns to get you through the game as you're progressing towards that delicious in-game in Master Rank. Now, I will go ahead and caveat this with, if you are expecting to be spoiler-free, you might want to turn the video off. I can't guarantee that we won't have any spoilers for stuff, so just to be careful, maybe come back once you're ready to go. But that being said, those of you who do not care if there's a little bit of stuff spoiled accidentally, let's get into the video. So, let's talk about hunting horns. So, to start off with gear-wise, honestly, if you have gear from the 3.0 patch for Monster Hunter Base Rise, you're probably still good until probably Master Rank 3 or 4. Dragonheart is very, very strong. It does a lot of good damage. It's pretty tanky for what it is, and it'll keep you pretty well safe and doing good enough damage up all the way up into probably Master Rank 3 or 4. I have heard from some players they've been able to go through all the way through the final boss of Sunbreak with that set, but I would not recommend it. It's going to be pretty tough to do that. The weapons, though, Rampage Horn is pretty okay for the first little bit since it's a high-rank weapon, but you will want to upgrade into a G-rank weapon as soon as you can. The biggest one I'd really recommend is going to be the Garen Golem weapon, which is called the Golem Drum. This weapon doesn't seem particularly amazing at first glance. Blue Sharpness is kind of a, like, what do you mean kind of thing, but it has such high raw at this level of only 290 in the first form. The upgrade is 310. It has Attack Up Song, which is already pretty good, and it has a lot of extra slots so you can get some more of skills out of your gear. It's really good. And it's going to carry you probably up until you can get something like the Tigrex Horn. Now, in Base Rise, Tigrex was one of our better options if you didn't want to do Rampage Horn, and it's still really, really good. Upgrading from the Tigrex Horn, which you would have had at the end of Base Rise, 210 raw, white sharpness, negative 20% affinity, Attack Up Song, Sonic Wave on green, very, very good. The first upgrade, 100 extra raw at 310, a little bit more white, same song, same affinity. Rampage slots level 2. This gives you options to do like the exploit skills, so the Wyvern exploit, Fang Beast exploit, those kind of ones that give you 5. These are now 5% extra damage against those type of monsters when you're hunting them. So very, very strong. Upgrade gets you into purple sharpness and 320 raw. Takes only a Teostra Last and a Tigrex Mantle. If you can get some good luck like I did, my first Tigrex dropped the Tigrex Mantle, so I was able to upgrade it pretty easily. And just have a final upgrade that I've not unlocked in the game yet, but we have some data mining for it. 330 raw, a good amount of purple sharpness, negative 20% affinity. Very, very solid. Although there will be some in-game ones you will want to upgrade to instead of this, but it is a great progression weapon. It will take you all the way from Garen Golem through the end of the game, or I should say from Tigrex, I should say, when you can actually unlock it through the end of the game. And from there, you can start building out your meta sets. Some other good options if you're happy playing in multiplayer, so you have another hunting horn player who's playing with you. The Malzeno Horn is a great option here. This weapon is... It has no attack up, but the base version of it, as soon as you can create it, 300 raw, purple sharpness. It has very little. It's only like 10 hits of purple baseline, but because it has sharpness regen song and sharpness loss reduction, you can actually keep this thing going pretty long without having to sharpen. It's very comfy. It won't do as much damage as something like Garen Golb's Horn, but if you already have attack up coming, it's very, very strong and does outperform that weapon, for lack of better words. It does have an upgrade too, which if you want to go that far, it is an option there for multiplayer play with multiple hunting horns. One of the other options, a little bit more niche that I can talk about, but I don't really recommend this for progression, is going to be Sandcrier, the upgraded Baroth Horn. It gets easier access to white sharpness and has a lot of raw. And the final form does get something like 350 raw on it. And like I think it's either white, it might even be purple sharpness. It's pretty solid, but it doesn't have attack up song. So you have to use it either with bead, which with skill swapping is an option you have. I'll put it like that. It's going to be kind of rough to play with some of our endgame sets, but it is an option you have to use bead and use some of these weapons that don't necessarily have an attack up song on them. So this gives a lot more variety from hunting horns. And that being said, that's really what I'd recommend for your progression guide, guys. Some ones you may want to build as you're prepping into in-game would be things like the Anjanath Horn is very, very strong. Forte Flying Cornet Plus is very good. It's not one I'd recommend using during your progression, but getting it prepped for in-game, 330 raw, purple sharpness, attack up song, health recovery, and I'll go into a little more depth once we get into meta sets in the next video, or in an upcoming video, I should say, because we're still working on the math there as to why this is a very good horn, but trust me, guys, it's really strong. You will want to have this in your arsenal of your hunting horns. That being said, guys, if you do have any questions, though, you can leave that comment in the comments below and ask any questions. I will say, though, at the time of recording, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak has been out for less than a week, so do try to avoid some spoilers for everyone in the comments, please. If you do have questions that are a little bit more spoiler-oriented, or what in-game sets you was using, I would actually ask that you hold off on those questions for now. We will be getting into in-game sets, but it has taken some time to get the math done because Element is good now, and we have to do a lot of math for sets, and there's a lot of really awesome options for things that we can run. And some of the armor sets are very, very good, and the skills they provide are very, very strong. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you all so much for dealing with my unscripted kind of train of thought. I just want to get something out while it's still fresh in my mind, so you guys can have some direction as you're progressing through Sunbreak. Anyway, enjoy your hunts, guys. Have a great day, and I'll catch you lads later. Peace.